What's going on, guys? Always great to see you. Next up was Gary Wang. He's also a big star witness for the prosecution. Big deal. Also important to note that Gary Wang did plead guilty. He pleaded guilty to wire fraud, committees fraud, securities fraud, and is of course testifying against Scam Sam to try to get a linear sentence himself. He was brought to court by, I'm assuming, his lawyer in a car. So he doesn't seem to be doing so bad. Anyways, in a big blow to Mr. F-Job Scam Sam, Gary Wang told the jurors that the scammery had been going on for 3 years. That's a very long time. Telling the court that Alameda Research had a line of credit with FTX with virtually no limit to how much money borrow, take out, an approved line of credit of $65 billion. It's a lot of money. Going on to say that in 2019, that's when Gary Wang started to notice all the funny business because he could see the Alameda Research had a negative balance, meaning money was taken out from FTX. It was owed to FTX. Gary Wang bringing this up to Scam Sam and Scam Sam saying that as long as the balance was lower than what FTX revenue was, the trading revenue, that things were okay. Nothing to worry about. By late 2019 to 2020, this Alameda debt, this line of credit, had ballooned, spiraled, basically out of control, according to Gary Wang. And he can see all of this happening probably in real time. And here's the kicker. When the prosecutor asked Gary Wang, what's the implication, what's the meaning of Alameda Research having a negative balance in excess of FTX revenue? Gary Wang, he said it meant Alameda was taking money from customers. Telling the court that after he brought this up to Scam Sam told him and directed him to include the value of FTT in his calculations. FTX token, FTX crypto token, which of course they were minting out of thin air. Fake money, fake crypto money, fake Ponzi scheme crypto money. Gary Wang saying the FTT token was of course crypto money worth a few bucks that FTX had created itself, but this was problematic. Now remember that last year Binance had actually liquidated all of FTT token because they didn't trust FTX and that kind of triggered the whole house of cards to basically collapse. Anyways, back to Gary Wang. He said the reason why it was problematic was because FTT, if it's sold off, if all that FTT token was sold off, it would cause the price to drop. Makes sense. And if the price dropped, well, it can't cover Alameda's debt. Also makes sense. Hence, when this news kind of came out, became known, became kind of semi-public in November 2022, it caused the whole bank run, crypto run collapse. Anyways, Gary Wang said he just left it at that. He couldn't do anything about it. He trusted Scam Sam to do his crypto magic. And by late 2021, Gary Wang said that Alameda Research, their debt, their line of credit had reached $3 billion. That's how much money had been taken out. Saying that Alameda's debt combined with the value of FTX trading and the value of the FTT token, all that combined was easily exceeded by the debt. Prosecutor point blank asked Gary Wang, do you believe FTX or Alameda was allowed to use or spend customer money? Wang said no, saying the money belonged to customers and they never got permission. Of course, court learned that in July 31st, 2019, the same day that Scam Sam had asked for Alameda to be allowed to have this giant negative balance credit line, allowing it to borrow infinite amount of money, well, upwards of $65 billion, effectively infinite money. He tweeted out that everything was fine at FTX, at the company. So simply stated, the prosecutor's asking Gary Wang point blank, when Alameda withdrew money below its zero balance from FTX, where did the money come from? Point blank, with Gary Wang saying it was customer money. It was FTX customer money. Psh, oh man, poor Scam Sam. I mean, with a testimony like that, super. Gary Wang adding that no other company, no other customer, no other user, except for Alameda, which Scam Sam was of course owner, that no other company could have a negative balance. He said this whole thing was set up by Sam Bankman Fried to pay for certain expenses that Alameda Research had. Expenses like the penthouse, his parents' real estate portfolio, and many other nice things. Oh man, Scam Sam is so screwed. Anyways, Gary Wang said that on top of that, a bunch of losses worth hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars were put on Alameda Research, on their books. The reason why is because FTX balance sheets are more public than Alameda. That Alameda Research, their balance sheets were way, way more secretive. Therefore, it could be hidden. Makes sense. And that was said by Scam Sam, according to Gary Wang, that big shot investors could see the balance sheets being held by FTX, but they couldn't see Alameda Research's balance sheets. Gary Wang said a bunch of explosive stuff. Pretty impressive, actually. He was a good witness. He said that in September 2022, Scam Sam raised the idea of maybe shutting down Alameda, notably because of a Bloomberg article. Apparently word was getting out that things were a little bit too commingled with Alameda and FTX. Apparently Scam Sam drew up a Google document describing arguments for shutting down Alameda, and this document was shown to the court, principally blaming Caroline Ellison. Poor Caroline Ellison. And that by this time, roughly September 2022, Alameda Research owed FTX upwards of $14 billion. Much of it customer money. Absolutely insane. By November, during the collapse in 2022, Gary Wang said that while checking the company's balances, he was surprised to see that despite the bank run, the crypto run, balances were equaling out, meaning how much money was in FTX wallets held by customers and how much money was in FTX. So something funny was going on. He said that Scam Sam had asked to include Korean accounts from some friendly people. Apparently it was accounts with balances, potentially fake, made to look like things were in proper order. An account changed from Alameda, a sub-account, made to look like the balances all equaled out, and that Alameda was making its payments to FTX. I would love to see a picture or a video of Scam Sam's face while Gary Wang is laying all this info out. Absolutely explosive. Absolutely explosive. Wang said that the day after FTX filed for bankruptcy, back in November, the day after FTX declared bankruptcy, Scam Sam tried to stop funds being transferred to a lawyer. That he tried to stop the FTX assets being transferred to the lawyer that had been given permission to basically put the company back in order, at least to investigate what the hell is going on. Gary Wang specifically said that Scam Sam told him to stall the whole thing. Ouch. Absolutely explosive. And supposedly the reason why is because Scam Sam thought that the assets being held or controlled in the Bahamas were safer. They were more friendly towards him. He did, after all, offer to pay the national debt of the Bahamas. So, there is that. It's funny when you play with money. It buys you a lot of favors, huh? Especially if you can print money out of thin air. The prosecutors were not messing around in their wording, asking Gary Wang, did you commit crimes at FTX? Gary Wang sharply said yes, with Nishad Singh, Caroline Ellison, and of course, Scam Sam. So Gary Wang, gotta give it to the guy. He admitted very, very clearly and laid out that all these special privileges given to Scam Sam, Alameda Research, were essentially embedded in the code used to access customer funds. On top of this, of course, Gary Wang is basically also saying that despite owning a supposed 17% ownership stake in FTX, despite having that level of power at the company, that all matters eventually were solved simply by bowing down to Sam Bankman Fried's wishes. Pretty interesting. So next week will be even better with Caroline Ellison. Gary Wang could still be called. Well, that's the update, guys. Pretty insane, pretty explosive stuff from Gary Wang. Still wish we had pictures or video. Would be epic. Would be super, super epic. We'll have to wait for that. All right, guys. Well, thanks again for spending time with me. Always enjoyable. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching again. Smash a like if you haven't. Please do subscribe if you haven't. I will see you in the next one.